Hi, I'm Wally Helk, and I want to talk to you today about Think, Behave, Improve. That's the leadership model that I use. How does an optimal leader think? How does an optimal leader behave? How does an optimal leader improve? And I'm laughing because I have kind of a silly question for you. Do you pay more for dysfunction in your organization? Pay for performance incentives, along with the typical performance appraisal, do not work. In fact, they often make things worse. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to take my car to Jiffy Lube. I would want to take care of my car, so I'd look for the date, and I was religious about taking it when the oil needed to be changed. I wanted to get extra miles out of it. I wanted to take care of it. One day I'm in the waiting room. They're changing my oil. The manager comes out and says, Dr. Houck, you need a new PCV valve. I said, what is that? He said, well, it helps with emissions and you really need to replace it. I said, well, wait a minute. I just took the car to the dealer and they didn't say anything about it. I had a 30,000 mile checkup. He said, oh, listen, this one really needs to be replaced. He said, take a look at it. And he showed me with his thumb that it was dirty. I said, all right, how much is it? He said, $15. I said, all right, fine. Put it in. So I'm standing at the register, checking out. My car is ready. I handed him my credit card. I look above the register. It says goals for the week. Oil changes, so many. Air filters, so many. PCV valves, so many. I said, that's interesting. I said to the manager, I said, wow, those are goals for the week. Where do you get those? He said, oh, they send them to us from the home office. They fax them down every week on Monday. We work between Monday and Saturday, and we uh, we achieve them. And today's Thursday. So I said, well, I said, do you get a bonus for those? He said, oh, absolutely. The guys get a bonus, outside too. Well, how are you doing on them? He said, not too bad. He says, we're getting close. He says, we're a little behind on PCV valves, but we're catching up. So pay for performance can create an environment that generates unintended consequences, both for the customers and for the employees. In addition, the knowledge that his performance appraisal rating would suffer without meeting the goals added pressure. This pressure contributed to an environment that caused the manager and employees to focus on themselves, not necessarily on me. So these two policies combined to create this expensive dysfunction because I never went back. They don't even know that I never went back. They never contacted me again. They lost me as a customer, and I was a loyal customer. That's the kind of dysfunction. Here's some other examples. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac encouraged mortgages to be approved for people who could not afford payments over the long term. Why? Because they had incentives to do that. Now, this was not the only reason for the dysfunction, but this dysfunction led to the collapse of the financial system. This is one of the factors in 2008. It made it worse. The Interior Department, how about this? Mineral Management Service had planned to give 2 safety awards at a luncheon days before the Deepwater Horizon rig exploded and sank to the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Who were the nominees for the awards? None other than BP and also the Transocean, that was the owner of the Deepwater Horizon, that was managed by BP. Did that do anything to make the quality safer? Did that award do anything to make it better and avoid that? I don't think so. In 2017, you want a more recent one? Okay. 2017, Volkswagen senior leadership admitted that 11 million vehicles have been equipped with software to cheat on emissions tests. The software would detect when the car was being tested and change the settings so that they wouldn't have to pay a fine. VP has currently set aside $20 billion to deal with the cost of the aftermath. Also, how about this? Wells Fargo fired thousands of employees for improper sales practices. Why? Because the bank was offering bonuses to salespeople if they met their goals. So what did they do? They sold services to unsuspecting customers. Instead of relying on these control techniques of pay for performance and the performance appraisal, stop paying for this dysfunction. Instead, look at your overall system and look at how you can improve it as a team without these bribes and threats. You don't need the bribes and threats. Be careful with these pay-for-performance measures and performance appraisal policies. They do nothing to create improvement, and they often combine to make things even worse than if you had done nothing at all. Thanks so much for listening.